Greetings chaps and chapheads. I hope that you and your loved ones are having a fantastic Christmas. I just wanted to take a few minutes of your time to say a big thank you to all my marvellous readers and fans who have made 2014 one of the best years of my life. It's been superb to hear people's reactions to this year's books. O Taste and See and my second Sam Spallucci title, Ghosts from the Past. It's been even better to see so many of you in the flesh at conventions and signings around the country. I have been dumbfounded that so many of you kind people have travelled so far to get your book signed. It is truly, truly humbling. As a writer, I get really dark times when I think my work is just pants and no one ever wants to read it. Then I meet or get a message from you guys and the clouds drift away to reveal sunshine. Thank you so very much indeed. So, what does 2015 hold? Well, I am currently editing my next short story book, All Things Dark and Dangerous, which will be out in January. This will include a number of standalone shorts such as Relic, Test Flight, Just Like Everybody Else, and Needs Must, which I'm going to read an extract from in a moment. It will also contain 3 more expanded universe stories which link into the world of Sam Spallucci. The fallen angel Ashera gets her own story, which will link into both Ghosts from the Past and the case of the fastidious Phantom. As well as this, the vampires Justice and Nightingale are both back for their penultimate outings before they appear in 2016's 4th Sam Spallucci book, Dark Justice. Later on in the year, probably autumn, we'll return to the world of Sam Spallucci, Lancaster's very own investigator of the paranormal. Shadows of Lancaster will present you with 5 cases that see him chasing mummies which have stolen the Eric Morecambe statue from Morecambe Promenade, being chained to a bed by a bondage-loving banshee, investigating the case of the grotesque graffiti, and finally, at the climax of the book, prophecies of divergence will abound, as Lancaster is gripped in a witch hunt frenzy in the case of the Singing Seer, where a side character from the 2 previous books starts to take centre stage. I hope this all sounds to your liking, and as a little teaser, I'd just like to read a few paragraphs from Needs Must, my favourite story from the upcoming All Things Dark and Dangerous. It was a nice well, roomy, dank and dark. There was just a glimmer of hurtful sunlight from the small aperture high above. This suited Oddbod, suited him fine. As he sat in a noxious gloop that made up the well's floor, he scratched infrequent tufts of hair on his scabrous scalp and decided that, all in all, life had been very good to him. He had a safe place to live, and there had been no hordes of angry villagers chasing him with pitchforks or other horticultural accoutrements. The food, however, was becoming a problem. Oddbod tucked at a small bone which was lodged in the sticky floor, and he parted company from the clinging substance with a wet pop. He blew at it, and a piece of green slime dripped onto his knee. Absent-mindedly rubbing at the slime with one hand, his other used the bone as an impromptu toothpick between his blackened incisors, whilst he contemplated the issue of supplies. There used to be plenty of food. It would come to the well, drop the wooden thing down to scoop up the wet stuff, and, if he was hungry, Oddbod would give the wooden thing a big tug, causing the food to come crashing down into his awaiting lap. True, it was a noisy experience when the food fell, and sometimes it needed convincing that it really was food, but on the whole, it worked to Oddbod's satisfaction. Recently, though, the food had stopped dropping the wooden thing down. Oddbod thought that this must be down to one of 2 reasons. It was either because the horrid wet stuff that the wooden thing used to scoop up had finally vanished, or, and this possibility troubled Oddbod more, that he had eaten all the food, and there was none left. Yes, that troubled Oddbod a great deal. The thought of a world with no food was not a pleasant prospect at all, even if he did live in a very nice, dank, dark well, with very little sunlight. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you for spending this short time with me this Christmas. Keep all the messages coming in via Twitter, Facebook and Google+. I do really enjoy receiving them, especially your dragons. Have a wonderful festive season and a marvellous 2015. Stay safe and remember, in the words of Ashera and Ghosts from the Past, that divergence is coming, Canor will rise, and we shall have a ball. Thank you.